Hello everyone, this is Jasmine, aka Gladiatorinsweats, and I'm actually here with an oracle from my Rumi oracle deck for the collective for this White Dog season of refining love, and also just for us going through this Venus retrograde period and moving into Scorpio season. It's ultimately us all working with actively and consciously with our shadows and with the parts of us that we have neglected or repressed or suppressed or not acknowledged or felt were unworthy. Ultimately, us going through this process of shedding all that we maybe once believed that does not no longer serve. And as much as I have been saying this, and as much as all of us in this community have been saying, like, that which does not serve us or something that is deserving, I just want to disclaim that it's not necessarily about saying that what was once working is now just inherently bad. It's, again, we're sort of just even erasing that big bold black line separating things from good and bad, and really finding things are a lot more nuanced than that. Things are a lot more gray than that, and that in order to really walk that middle path, in order to create that gray, there is that mix of the white and the black. But I digress. Really, I really want to come through with the oracle because I really love this oracle, as those of y'all that follow me on this page know. So I'm going to go ahead and read the oracle. For the ritual, I'm actually going to do that live. The ritual is very much similar and close to the violet flame of transmutation or protection, or there's many different names for this sort of like violet flame meditation or invocation. So I want to go ahead and do that in a live YouTube video. But again, I just want to bring forward the oracle and the message that we almost need to receive in this changing time. And also, just before I shortly do that, I also pulled a card from my Mayan Oracle deck, which was the Transformer Lens. And so I'm definitely, again, feeling there's this transformation that's taking place, a tower moment sort of thing, where things are having to crackle and break. I don't know if any of you guys know those ice creams now that they have, where you kind of like crunch the container so that there's like crunchy bits inside the ice cream. Like, that's kind of the way I'm seeing it. It's like we're being contracted and squished. We're breaking our exoskeletons. We're breaking the shells, because the shells kind of need to fall off. Not necessarily because the shells are bad, but at least the shields or the barriers that we need to build, I feel, need to be much more flexible, much more adaptable, and I guess much more modern. So again, just to bring this back to the passage, I'll start out with the poem at the beginning by Rumi. I died as mineral and became a plant. I died as plant and rose to animal. I died as animal and I became human. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? And again, that's by Rumi. And I just got all the shivers. I'll probably go ahead and post that on Instagram as well. But alright, let's jump into the passage. Dare to take my hand and become set alight with holy fire, my cherished one. Step forward with me. Let us burn together, dissembled in the light that cannot be extinguished. This is the light that burns with such incandescent truth, that no falsehood can withstand its audacious vibrancy. Come with me now to the light. Together we shall melt into truth. There's a light so intense, so powerful, that nothing other than itself, its own truth, can exist in its presence. It is the sacred seed, the star of your being, lit up from within. And I just even want to mention, like, how I was talking about the resonance and the synchronicity, as we're also in this yellow star wave spell of this sacred seed that is being, again, as even the passage says, being lit up from within. So I'm going to try not to interrupt the passage anymore. It is the light that never goes out. It is the light that is so powerful. It is beyond duality of light and dark, cannot ever be extinguished or diminished, and quite simply, beyond all logic, just is. Certainly no lie or deception, no boundary or defense can remain intact in its presence. The blazing divinity of this light sears through any pretense, annihilates illusions, and takes us into stark experience of divine truth. It is gentleness, and yet it cannot be overcome. It is enduring power, and yet it is tender. Though you seek the divine, and even know it as love, you also know that it is fierce, wild, inexplicable, and demanding beyond all measure. It wants you completely, utterly, without condition. There will be times in your life, such as now, where there is something not worthy of you that must be released. This is a falsehood, a lie, or deception of some sort that you have come to believe about yourself, your life, or perhaps even another. You may know what that deception is, or may be about to be unveiled. It is not a cause for fear or concern, but for celebration. An illusion has or soon will be released, and you shall soon become freer, free in a way that only truth can provide. This oracle comes to you as a sign of that which is to come, and soon. The beloved divine presence is calling to you, igniting within your deepest being, so that it may have its way with you. The divine wishes to live through you and into the world, reaching into the hearts of many and igniting those hearts into greater life. It is a clever and insatiable lover, and it will stop at nothing until the entire human race is restored to the wild divine freedom of ecstatic divine reunion, completely and utterly ignited in love. And so the great lover, the divine, calls for you to enter into the white-hot field of its passionate presence. There will be a sizzle and burn. It cannot be otherwise. In the height of summer, you cast aside the layers of clothing you require in the winter. This is natural. You do not think twice about it. And as you approach the radiant sun of divinity, your emotional and psychological layers are to be shed too, for they are too heavy for the heat of the great spiritual sun. What cannot stand the heavenly heat is to be cast aside swiftly by conscious choice, or shall simply burn up, dissolving in the light and melting away. What is left shall be what is true. So here is your guidance, sweet lover of the great beloved. Give it up. The smallness, the conditions, the fears and doubts, the lack of reverence for yourself and life, the belief that somehow things are not okay or aren't going to work out. That is all a paltry attempt at truth. You are coming into a truth now that is far more worthy of you. A truth with a capital T, the big truth. Love, trust, surrender. This is about a sacred shedding without fear or holding back. Cast aside whatever would hold you back rather than free you to fly into your divine destiny. You are not to be the same from this moment on. That is the holy word, the word inscribed in living divine fire in your sacred heart. This oracle brings you guidance. Trust in your changing perspective and perceptions. Don't hold on to what you once believed or thought to be true. Allow yourself to be shown another version of events, another way of perceiving. Don't focus on what is not working in your current estimation of things, for that is nothing more than a passing opinion. You are being given an opportunity to see and know yourself, others, and particular life circumstances very differently. Embrace it. Don't resist what is being shown to you, for even if there are some struggles in adjusting your view at first, ultimately, this change in perception will free you and bring you more deeply into the wellspring of your own inner peace and happiness. And so, that passage was not only powerful, and I could feel it even as I was reading it, but I just even feel it so much even in the card, which, of course, there's always going to be a photo, and hopefully you could see in the photo, there's this sort of like hierarchy kind of going on within the picture. It kind of looks like that Russian doll where there's a person inside a person inside a person. And that's really what I feel is going on here, is that we, even the same way that we kind of have family lineages where, there's children and grandchildren and great grandchildren and great 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 grandchildren, like, the line just gets farther and farther and farther. And, the great 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 grandchildren kind of forget about that, the matriarch or the patriarch or whatever at the beginning of the line. And that's kind of what I feel here, is there's a return to the truth, a return to who we ultimately are underneath all that has happened over, maybe within this lifetime, within however many lifetimes. There's really just a bringing us back to what is important and crucial and relevant to us now, in this present now, in this moment, not worrying so much about the future, and really even releasing the context of this to the past, because we're really having to come into this present now. From this present now is where we're able, and not able, but from where we always create the future. The future is always created from the present now. And so, yeah, to keep this from like turning into a whole nother video or tangent, thank you so much for tuning in. I was really hoping to upload the video that I had made yesterday, but the software that I used just isn't going to cut it, to put it long story short. So just going to go with the way that I've been doing the videos as of late. So again, thank you for tuning in, for all those new and returning. So I hope that this reaches you well. Do feel free, to reach out to me on Instagram or through my website at gladiatorinsweats.com, which is also where you can find all the updated content, whether it's on my YouTube or Instagram. So in case you don't, follow along with those particular apps or websites, you're able to just go through my website and see it all there in one place. Otherwise, check out any of my previous content. And as always, I wish you all many, many blessings, and I send you so much love. So until next time, peace.